And now the opening lineup for Boston. Down on the block, it's Tatum with Tatum. The guard pair, it's White and Brown. And it's Hauser in at the 3 slot. And for Detroit, the forwards are Thompson and Harris. Then it's Duncan Robinson. Then it's Duren. And it's Jenkins in at the point guard. Possessions can end until somebody grabs a rebound. Greg, 2 of the best on the boards are facing off tonight. They prioritize rebounding.
And getting those extra possessions can really break a team's will. When excellent rebounding teams play, everyone has to work a little harder to secure the ball.
Now here is Harris. Pass to Jenkins. 3-pointer. It's hauled in by Brown. Here's the Celtics with the ball. To the inside. Shot from the low block. That misses off the backboard. Now Duren. Jenkins the pass to Duren. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Harris got it. Good job in the low post.
Well, that's nice. Asserting himself inside. Harris taking it right to the defense.
Outside Tatum. Back to White. Pass to Hauser. Lets the 3 fly. Duren pulls it in.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
I briefly spoke with J.B. Bickerstaff. He immediately brought up Jason Tatum, the incredible all-star forward, saying, quote, Tatum is an NBA champion for a reason. He leads his team. JT does it all at 6'8", great passing it, defending, and obviously scoring too. We'll see how they plan to contain Jason tonight. Guys?
Great work as always, Allie. Thank you. Tatum wide open. He fires one. Gets the 3-pointer to fall.
That's what makes Tatum so dangerous. Offensively, he doesn't need the ball in his hands to be effective.
Back to Harris. Thompson outside. Duren sets the screen for Thompson. Just 5 on the clock. And Duren slams it in.
Well, with that size and athletic ability, Duren is a terrific alley-oop threat.
Outside, White. Makes it off the glass.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Well, with that kind of success, I imagine they'll continue to be aggressive inside.
And Thompson kicks to Jenkins. In the corner, it's Robinson. Thompson outside. Yep, it counts.
An explosive player. Thompson has serious leaping ability, and that comes in handy around the basket.
A defensive tone setter, that's Asar Thompson. He shadows his man with relentless determination, but his game right before his 10, don't you think, is expanding in every way?
Oh, he's got immeasurable impact defensively, blocks, steals, deflections, always a disruptor. He's still a little bit foul prone, but I think as he starts to get a reputation in this league as an elite defender, he is going to be scary.
Last outing for Boston, they won that game against the Bucks.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
A lot of people think you shoot much better at home, but if you really look at the league-wide stats, it's only about 2 to 3 percentage points different on average.
Here's Harris following the basket by Jaylen Brown. Harris kicks to Jenkins. Robinson for 3. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. Boston is gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Now here's White. 17 points for him last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And he was also a terrific creator in that game as well. His assist totals show you what a fantastic all-around effort it was.
That one goes. Count it.
Well, the defense is going to try to shut down certain things, but it's impossible to deny everything. That's a skilled play right there.
Now, here's Duren. He's coming off a 16-point game against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
And he really hurt them at the free throw line.
Here's Thompson. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
The craftiness on his finish helped Thompson grab the whistle on that play.
The Pistons shooting their first free throw this game.
First team foul at the line.
What's
up? For your Pistons, Thompson, shooting one.
That free throw good from Thompson. And as the season wraps up, Tim, for players that might be on the move this summer, there's got to be, I would assume, a bittersweet feeling about that.
There's no doubt you head into the offseason at times, Kevin. You have a pretty good idea if you're going to be back or not, but for some guys, there's a very good chance you're going to end up in a different situation. The only constant in this league is change, so you better appreciate every stop as you go.
You're right on the money with that one. Now here is Harris in the game against Philadelphia. Very impressive.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
Outside, Tatum fires the three. Rebound, Detroit. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
Yeah, those road games are tricky, but they had a good strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
They were so precise with their execution. They didn't make many mistakes on either end, and that took the crowd out of the game.
Here's Tatum following the three by Detroit. Here's White, and they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. White's got 5 points so far.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Yeah, it's been a close matchup, which we expected, and this could very well come down to some big shots at the end.
Now here is Harris. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. Here's Brown. Tatum with a screen on Robinson. Here's Brown. Brown jams it in.
A supremely athletic player. Brown really stuck it to them there.
Just a terrific perspective of that dunk from the Connecticut cam, brought to you by AT&T. The Pistons trailing. And Thompson kicks to Jenkins. And it's sent back by White. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by White. Boston making a switch here. Garza's checked in.
Number 52, Luke Garza.
Jenkins dishes to Thompson. Duran a screen. To the right side. 4 on the shot clock. Duran. Rebounded by Tatum. Celtics have gone 7 of 11 from the field to begin the game. Outside, White. The Celtics working the ball around now. And here's Brown outside. And again, Boston with the triple.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan.
Keeping us all in motion.
Pritchard, he's checked in for Tatum. This is a list of the guys that have been dialed in at the free throw line lately since the All-Star break. No one has been better. 4th, Derek White.
And one look at his numbers since the break, and you can see how comfortable he's been at the foul line.
Pistons trail by 4. Outside, Robinson. Harris outside. Pass to Duran. In the corner, it's Robinson. Duran sets the screen for Robinson. Detroit, no good that time either.
Yeah, that's a shot he'll make 90% of the time. He just couldn't get it to go right there.
Here's Pritchard. Here's the three. Rebound, Detroit. All right, legs, follow me here. You look at the rise of teams like Detroit, there's a lot to be said for having young legs.
Well played, Kevin, well played. And look, today's game exacts a physical toll. And if you think of it, that's especially true when you're playing a team like the Pistons. They play fast and they hit hard.
Now here's Jenkins. He definitely had a good game in their win against the 76ers. Robinson, and that one is good. Robinson's got 5.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Pritchard passes to Garza. Launches a 3. Drills it from outside. And the Celtics lead by 5.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Outside Robinson. Pass to Duran. Lobbed up there for Thompson. Hammers the alley-oop through.
I think the rim could be 12 feet off the ground, and Thompson could still go get the lob.
White looking around. Here's Hauser, guarded by Harris. Hauser with the ball. Harris is there. Here's Pritchard. Uses the glass to finish the layup. 5 points in the game.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now, here is Robinson. 11 points for him in that last game against the 76ers in Philadelphia. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Jalen Duran is certainly a force to him in this NBA. He's a nightly double-double.
Well, he looks like a bouncer at a nightclub, but you forget how young this guy is. If he keeps improving like this, Kevin, he has a chance to be one of the premier bigs in this league.
I was going to say the same thing about you, but I'll call you a Greek god as opposed to a bouncer in a bar. How's that?
I much prefer the Greek god description.
And the first one drops.
And what I like about Jalen Duran, it's not only is he tough, he's also smart and he has a great feel for the game. He will be an anchor in the middle for a long time to come.
Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for the Pistons. Marcus Sasser comes in for Jenkins. And then for Boston, Walsh is checked in. And it's Gonzalez in for Brown. And both free throws good for Duran. Here's Pritchard. He had 16 points in the win against Milwaukee.
But he also had an impact as a facilitator, generating offense for others.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two.
And let's check out some stats. Here are the numbers for Thompson. Putting up about 10 points a night, just over 2 steals and 6 rebounds. And very few players in the league can go out and produce like he has. Just a great stretch for him.
Well, he is consistently stringing great performances together, and when he gets cooking, just keep giving him the ball.
Here's Garza. Scoreless thus far. Pass to Gonzalez. Pritchard from outside bangs home the trifecta. Pritchard's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Celtics.
That's a breakdown defensively. He is far too good of a shooter to leave that wide open.
Here's Harris. It's rebounded by Walsh. Celtics leading by 6. Pritchard with the ball. 8 points for him. Pass to Shireman. Back to Pritchard. 5 on the clock. Here's Garza. Defended by Duran. Garza no good. Here's Huerter. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
1:15 left in the first. There's a good screen. Three-pointer, Pritchard. Rebound by the Pistons. Harris passes to Herter, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And Harris has been sneaky as a playmaker. Those assist numbers have really crept up.
Pritchard feeling it out a bit. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. The Celtics shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for. Around 80% on the season.
First one falls for. So for the Pistons, Reedy's checked in for Jalen Duren. Holland comes in for Harris. And it's LeVert in for Thompson. The Celtics also with a sub. Tatum's checked in. And so he hits both.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Pass to Reed. Now Herter. Step back shot. Tries again. And it's good on the way in.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Now Pritchard. He's got 10. Outside Tatum. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, you gotta really do a better job on Tatum once he gets on the way up. Excellent at fighting his way through the defense there and still able to convert.
Jason Tatum. One shot.
And so it's Detroit with the ball. It's a 5-point game. A 3-ball. Sasser gets the bucket.
So far, both teams scorching the Nets. You gotta love it.
Yeah, both ways. We're seeing a nice rhythm offensively. Now let's see which team can come up with some stops.
And so it's Peyton Pritchard making highlight after highlight for Boston. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We'll get you back to the action after this break. Well, we hope you're enjoying your Easter as we are here, as we get underway once again. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Boston.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
And they've been very aggressive, attacking gaps off the dribble, getting to the rim, and showing a lot of aggressiveness with a live dribble.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. We've got Peyton Pritchard, and it's Walsh in its center. Pass to Pritchard. In the corner, Tatum with it. A 3 from Tatum.
A 3 of his own for Tatum. That is how you respond.
Now, here is Reed. And here's LeVert. Out to the right wing. Shoots it. Sasser can't hit. The Celtics with the lead. Tatum finds Pritchard. Here's Shireman. Celtics passing it around. Pass to Pritchard. Here's the 3. Holland with the rebound.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Herter passes to Holland. Reed a screen. Holland no good. Boston's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Bounce pass from Tatum. Here's Walsh. Nailed from three-point land. And it's a 5-point Celtic lead.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in it.
Pass to Sasser. Reed a screen on Pritchard. Detroit, no good that time either.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
I totally agree. That is not what they were looking for offensively.
Now here's Tatum. 23 points for him the last game against Milwaukee.
And he really helped them control the game on the glass.
And stolen by Tatum. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Gonzalez, beyond the arc, and the three ball is good. Gonzalez has got the lead up to 8 now for the Celtics.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Different look here for Detroit. Duran, he's checked in for Paul Reed. Duncan Robinson comes in for Karis LeVert. And it's Jenkins in for Marcus Sasser. The Pistons have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Outside Robinson. Herter on the wing. He's got 7. Can they get it? And Gonzalez pulls it down. Celtics leading by 8. Pass to Pritchard. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Pritchard's got 12.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And they are just breaking the will of their opponent.
Now here's Jenkins. No scoring in this one. Herter on the wing. Pocket 6. That's it, and the Celtic lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Jenkins.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Now we have a moment to see the best rebounding teams in the league. In fourth, the Celtics.
You know, it's not necessarily a glamour stat, but make no mistake, their top-notch board work has been a huge key to their success.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Pritchard passes to White. Brown kicks to Tatum. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Tatum's got 6 points in the quarter.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Hey, Greg, kind of a combo forward. Tatum at 6'8", more than capable of playing up at the power forward position.
And that's where he's mostly played the last few seasons. And his rebounding is more than just serviceable. Credit him for the strength he's added over his career.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Thanks, Kevin. Jaylen Brown never loses confidence. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla said he has great short-term memory. If he misses a shot, it never affects the next one. You can't shake him. I just love his poise and his ability to attack. Brown said, every time I take the floor, I want to be aggressive. Guys?
You absolutely love that confidence. Okay, Allie, we thank you.
Love that look there, locating his teammate and creating an easy basket.
On the wing, Brown. And here is Tatum. 15 points in the game. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
That's his 5th three-pointer of the half, filling it up.
Now here's Jenkins. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Pass to Herter. Jenkins with a screen for Herter. Shot clock at 3, and he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Boston leading by 12. Pritchard finds Bassey. Tatum looking around. Shoots over Duren. Off target with the free throw line, Jay.
He got the space he wanted for his mid-range. He just wasn't able to convert.
Pistons passing it around. Count it, good. Duren's got 6.
And you can really feel it when Duren is near the hoop because that is a grown man at 6'10".
Outside Tatum. Out to White. Fires from deep. Rebounded by the Pistons. Duren's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Holland, guarded by Tatum. That one's in there. The Boston lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Holland.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Outside White from downtown. Robinson pulls it in. For Detroit, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
How about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
And legs from going undrafted to becoming a 3-point contest champion. You had to fight for your place in the NBA.
Well, Kevin, that's an understatement. Yes, undrafted in '88. I played in just about every league imaginable, including a year in France. Had a bunch of 10-day contracts early on, but I didn't get my first full-time NBA contract until 1993 with the Dallas Mavericks.
Well, your perseverance and tenacity definitely paid off.
Certainly didn't take no for an answer, I can tell you that.
Here's Kata. He's coming off a 19-point game against Milwaukee.
And then you look at what he did defensively. 4 blocks on the night, and he changed a number of others.
Thompson passes to Duren. And Duren slams it in.
And if Duren decides to go up and try to dunk that, who in this league is going to get in his way?
Here's White. He has 5. Pass to Kata. Robinson against Brown. They can't stop the run with that one. Pistons trail by 3. And here is Jenkins. Shoots the 3. That one's good. Maybe that'll get him going after 2 for 6 starting.
Well, starting to stretch the floor. That's 2 triples for him this quarter.
From 11 feet away. White, good. White's got 7 points. Detroit's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. Pass to Holland. Three-pointer on the way. And Thompson throws it down.
And when he lets the athleticism take over, Thompson can do almost anything.
For Boston, they've gone 8 of 15 since we began the second quarter. Excellent shooting. Now, Hauser. Outside Tatum. Pass to Kata. Draws contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
For Boston, they have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any. Tobias Harris has checked in for the Pistons. Pritchard, he's checked in for Boston. And that one misses.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Harris outside. Pass to Jenkins. Back to Harris for the 3. Rebound Boston. We playing host to Toronto for the next one. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Back to White. Driving to the basket. Shrugs off the contact and dunks it. He'll go to the free throw line.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
Tatum, 1 shot.
On the free throw, no good. Pistons trail by 4. In the corner, it's Robinson. Sinks the triple. Robinson's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Pistons.
Well, that's 1 in the first, and now here's his second in this quarter. The defense might want to run him off that line.
Back to Pritchard. Nice ball movement by Boston. Brown feeling it out a bit. 4 on the clock. Unloads. Robinson pulls it in.
And he's a very good mid-range shooter, but the defense was all over him there, making that a very difficult shot.
It has been nipped and tucked through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Pritchard passes to Hauser. Pass to White. Launches it. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
That's a breakdown defensively. He is far too good of a shooter to leave that wide open.
Jenkins with it. He's got 6. From past the arc. Out to Thompson. From deep. They get the rebound. And another shot. And Duren finishes inside. Duren's got the game tied up here for Detroit.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
Queta, the pass to Brown. Brown jams it in.
And very early on, Brown learned how to finish through contact, an essential skill for an NBA player to master.
Now here is Harris. We've got 28 seconds left in the first half. And they get it back. Robinson dishes to Jenkins. Robinson on the wing. White covering. Here's Harris. It's in the bucket for his 4th field goal. Shooting at a 4 of 9 clip.
Well, that's the thing about Tobias Harris. You think of him as a high-volume three-point shooter, but historically, he actually takes a lot more 2s.
Tries the spin move. Here's Brown. Brown gets it done inside.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
And that confidence tonight, he is playing great basketball.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Celtics lead by 2. Now let's check in with Allie LaForce on the sideline. What do you have for us, Allie?
On the court now with JB Bickerstaff. Coach, as we approach the second half, what's going to be the deciding factor?
Just maintain. I think there were some things defensively that we left on the table where we gave up some cheap ones because we didn't communicate. So we solved those. I think we give ourselves a good shot going into the half.
All right, thanks so much, Coach.
Thank you, Allie, for that. And folks, we'll be back with you after this short halftime break. So don't go away.
Hey there, everybody. Jason Tatum has put his stamp on this game, looking so dominant so far.
Anytime you're shooting over 50%, you are helping your team. As long as you're not giving up the same amount of points or more at the other end.
That's the real math, and it's definitely seeming right now that he's on the right side of that equation. Let's take a moment now and swing on over to the playoff picture in the Eastern Conference.
You look at the Celtics, they've been phenomenal. All the lofty predictions, the expectations, they've all come true. Now comes the hardest part, in the postseason. Every team is going to be gunning for them.
Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
And that will be the biggest adjustment. They have to force the ball out of his hands, but that's a difficult challenge.
And here's White. He'll bring it up for Boston. Harris steps in at the 4 with Duren at the center spot. Then it's Asar Thompson. Then it's Robinson, and it's Jenkins in at the 1 spot. And that's the group for J.B. Bickerstaff as we begin the second half. Now here's Tatum. Tatum with a corner 3.
Watch out. Tatum's going to stretch the defense all over the place if he's knocking down threes from the corner.
Harris looking it over. Pass to Thompson. Fires from the line. And that one goes long. Boston leading by 5. Now Hauser. Now here's Tatum. Guarded by Harris. Tatum passes to White. Brown outside. Over Robinson. Robinson pulls it in. When it comes to Jaylen Brown, Greg, what qualities does he add to a team?
Well, I love how active and physical he is. He poses such a difficult challenge on both sides of the ball. With the Finals MVP award to his credit, you know he's as mentally tough as anyone in our league. Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
This defense is trying to stay connected to him, but he is on a mission.
Here's Hauser. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game, and the basket is good. Kata's got 6 points.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Pass to Duren.
Here's a look at the stats for Robinson. How last month turned out for him, averaging 12 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And he can play some valuable minutes on the wing for this team.
Coaches love that guy who can provide instant offense off the bench. What a huge asset.
He's off on the first. Well, you think about clutch players, Greg, you think scoring. But is that accurate? Or can clutch be in any facet of the game?
It's in all phases. And you think of guys who always seem to come up with that crucial rebound or that big-time stop. Being clutch comes down to will as much as skill.
He's off on the second. Celtics leading by 4 to the middle. Tatum down low. Working on Thompson. Oh, what strength and power from Tatum.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Pass to Thompson. A little under 2.5 minutes going by here in the third. And here's Harris from the arc. The rebound by Kata. Kata's got 6 rebounds in the game. Tatum no good.
The defense doing just enough there to affect that shot.
Thompson inside the line. Detroit no good that time either.
Yeah, just 25% to start this half. They're going to have to start getting higher percentage shots.
Offensive rebound. Brown. Brown saves the play and gets the bucket.
Finessing his way inside for the board and the score. How about the effort from Brown?
Harris outside. Here's the screen. Pass to Robinson. Back to Harris. And here is Jenkins. 6 points for him. Lets the three fly. A three-pointer is right on target. Jenkins got 9.
Well, taking full advantage of a defensive weakness there, and it certainly helps if you get shots that your guys can knock down.
Now here's White. 7 points in the game. With the drive. It's stolen by Jenkins. Harris passes to Duran. And it's blocked. Tatum against Harris. Outside Tatum. Out to White. The tray. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Tatum's got 3 assists in the game. And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. And let's take a look at the last handful of seasons and the steal numbers for Ausar Thompson.
Yeah, he just becomes more and more disruptive at the defensive end. Deflections, steals. He forces opponents out of their comfort zone. And his ability to turn people over leads to transition baskets. And that's just one of the many things he does for this team.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Celtics have a great 1-2 punch with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Tatum said JB always starts the game really aggressive. I'm a naturally laid-back guy. I kind of see things out first, and then I can essentially take over when I need to. We have found that balance. Back to you.
A dangerous duo for sure. All right, Allie, we appreciate the report. White, wide open, he fires. No good from outside. Pistons trail by 8. And Thompson kicks to Jenkins. Now, here's Thompson. 11 points in the game. Robinson, that's good.
And he's just living out beyond the arc right now. What a weapon to have on the floor.
And he's keeping the game within striking distance. I don't know where they'd be without his shooting.
Now, here's Tatum. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on Harris.
Baiting the defender into a foul. Tatum wants to get to the line where he has always been terrific.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
2 shots.
And he makes the first.
And looking at Tatum's game, he really doesn't have a weakness. He can give it to you in a variety of ways.
And so Tatum nails them both. So, Tim, I'm sure it's hard to pick one, but who would you call the most underrated player right now in the NBA?
I think it's Pascal Siakam, and I have felt that way for a few years. I just think you're talking about someone who has great energy, plays both ends of the floor, and is a matchup nightmare because of his versatility.
And began kind of in oblivion. He had to play some time in the G League and work his way up.
Became the most improved player in this league. That's as good as it gets. Woo!
And guys, really no surprise to see Brown flourishing on offense. He is just fearless on that end.
Like to thank AT&T for bringing us that spectacular look from their Connected Cam. Here's Duran. It's tipped. They retain possession. Pass to Jenkins. Duran with a screen on White. Jenkins can't get it to go. Celtics leading by 9. Here's Hauser. Outside Tatum. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And it's going to take more than that to stop Tatum, a wing who can score in so many different ways.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Celtics.
I mean, they've been stepping it up in terms of their shooting from distance, and the confidence has been there all game long, leaving the defense to scramble.
And the mid-range shot has been there for them over and over. They continue to capitalize on it. Let's see if they keep going back to it.
Tim, the NBA is always changing, but any predictions for the league that you kind of feel we're going to see around the corner?
Yeah, Kevin, I just think the influx and the impact of international players is going to be even stronger going forward. I think a lot of guys have seen the success that those players have had in the NBA, and hopefully it inspires even more great players internationally to want to play this great game.
And for a short time, you played overseas. You saw a lot of them firsthand.
I sure did, and I was in France well before the French influx really hit this league, but I knew then that was the goal.
Pistons trail by 12. Outside Robinson. Here's Holland. Again, the miss by the Pistons. The Celtics have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. White setting the pick for Brown. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
So far, he hasn't done a lot of damage from three. Only had that one in the first half.
Back to Harris. Pass to Holland to stop the run. Garza pulls it in. Boston leading by 12. Tatum down low. 28 points for him. Shoots over Holland. Tatum gets it to go inside.
Oh, another huge night for Tatum. One of the top scorers in the NBA. Jason beats you in so many different ways. And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
Brown outside. White setting the pick for Brown. Pass to Tatum. From 12 feet out. And it falls over the rim and in. Tatum's got 32 points in the game.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
Robinson a screen on White. Pass to Robinson. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Some solid defense from Brown. Right side, White. Tatum, that's for two. Again, the Celtics good for two.
Well, unless the defense adjusts, I don't see any change here. He has flat out taken over this game with his scoring.
Pass to Jenkins. Now Thompson. Hauser defending. Robinson for three. That's good again. His seventh basket. 7 for 10 from the floor.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Tim, what a ride it's been for sharpshooter Duncan Robinson.
Well, there is no doubt about it, Kevin. He's the only player ever to take part in both a men's Division III and Division I championship game. Then, after going undrafted, he goes on to start in the NBA Finals. He has really come a long way.
Pistons trail by 16. Jenkins the pass to Harris. Pass to Robinson. Back to Harris. And slam dunk by Harris.
Well, if Tobias Harris sees a lane to the rim, he is going to exploit it.
Outside Tatum. Left side Brown. Good on the triple. Brown's got 10 points here in the second half.
Creating spacing. That's his third three-pointer of the night and his second this half.
Now here's Jenkins. Nice ball movement by Detroit. This one for 3. It's hauled in by Brown. Brown's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Well, this has been far from his best game, and if they're going to come back here, he's got to find a way to get going.
Fires the 3. Detroit with the rebound. Holland's got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to Jenkins. Here is Robinson. Offline with his 3.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Up and in on the layup. Tatum's got 36.
Excellent job finishing on the inside. Tatum doesn't fear going in amongst the trees.
Over to the left wing. There's the screen. Thompson for the triple. The rebound by the Celtics. 54 seconds left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Here's Garza, guarded by Harris. Detroit with the rebound. Thompson's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Pass to Harris. Thompson surveying the floor. And here is Robinson. He's covered by Brown. Here's Jenkins. No good with the triple.
He's stacking up the missed shots right now. He needs to find another part of his game that can help his team. Well, he has been pretty much unstoppable this quarter, and his team is thriving as a result.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
And, you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
1 shot.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
And that one misses.
A fearless athlete. Jaylen Brown competes every single night on both sides of the ball. Something you want as a teammate.
Duran with the screen on Pritchard. LeVert. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. And so it's the Boston Celtics sitting on a 21-point lead to end the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We come back right after this. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, I like the fact he didn't telegraph it. That's poetry in motion right there.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the 4th quarter. You've got Tatum. And it's Pritchard in at the point. No one near Herder as he lets it fly. Trains it from beyond the arc.
Yeah, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the 2-man game right there.
Right side Tatum.
Nice job by Tatum inside. Very assertive. He's fantastic at putting the pressure on the D and consistently getting to the line.
Tatum. Jason. Tatum. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Tatum. And so Tatum nails them both.
And he has made it a point to get to the line here in the second half.
Pass to Duren. Herter on the wing. Duren sets the screen for Herter. And the three off target. Boston leading by 20. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Here's Shireman, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Well, they are making something very difficult look simple right now.
Three-pointer, LeVert. The rebound by Jason Tatum. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. They have a 22-point lead. It's the most they've led by.
Defensively, you can't afford to give him that kind of look, especially down this many points.
One more miscommunication at the defensive end. Just brutal. It can't happen.
There's the lob to Duren. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
You're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk. All of it perfect. Outside Tatum. Shoots over Holland. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
And he has led the attack for them the entire game, and now he's trying to get them to the finish line.
Pass to Holland. Pistons passing it around. Back to Sasser. Herter on the wing. Launches it. Here's Duren. That ball is good for another field goal. His sixth. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
And this team really counts on Duren for exactly that. Securing misses and then immediately taking it back up.
Pass to Walsh. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
And that's just good coaching. They have made the better adjustments.
Asar Thompson, he's checked in for Karis LeVert. Brown, he's checked in for the Celtics. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. There's the three. Sasser gets the bucket.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Celtics leading by 23. Pritchard with the ball. Stripped it away. Here's Holland. Pass to Sasser. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. To the inside. Here's Walsh. Left side, Brown. So, GA, between the NBA Cup, the play-in, the new All-Star game formats, the NBA not averse to some experimentation.
No doubt. And listen, not all the ideas have been successful, right? But overall, that willingness to innovate has paid off. The world doesn't stand still, and neither should the NBA.
The Celtics making a switch here. White's checked in. And the free throw, no good. For Detroit, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Now, Sasser. Shot clock at 6. And the layup's good off the glass.
And look, he's not the best athlete, but he's able to create the space he needs to operate.
Pritchard with the ball. Pass to Tatum. Back to Pritchard. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. For Detroit, they've gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Here's Sasser. He's covered by Pritchard. Now Sasser. Shot on the wing. And Boston with the rebound. Tatum's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. We all hear about AI in the workplace, and I don't mean Allen Iverson, although we could put him in the workplace. Greg, now teams are using computers to break down the action.
Yeah, able to use camera tracking to assess credit and blame, right? So maybe the little things in winning plays that went unnoticed, they won't be overlooked much anymore.
Well, this league has some of the world's best athletes, but Asar Thompson, like his brother Amen, Tim, they're on another level.
Yeah, this guy has a top-tier burst and relentlessness to make things happen. He's already a stopper at the defensive end.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Harris is checked in for Holland. Duncan Robinson comes in for Kevin Huerter. And it's Jenkins in for Marcus Sasser. Thompson no good on the free throw. Celtics leading by 23. Pass to Pritchard. On the wing, Brown. Shoots over Duren. And it's Brown missing.
Trying to do a little too much with that fadeaway. There wasn't anyone near him.
Harris kicks to Jenkins. Thompson outside. Pass to Duren. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Tips it up. And Duren is right there. Duren's got 6 in the quarter.
And what's great about Duren's production is it's consistent and he plays to his strengths.
Now Hauser. Off target from outside.
It's been a quiet game for him to this point on the offensive end, but the team has still played well enough to hold the lead.
And Harris gets it to go on the assist by Jenkins.
And it does a world of good for them to have Harris getting busy inside. Gives them that inside-out edge they're looking for.
Here's White. Boston again missing. Pistons trail by 19. And here is Jenkins. Pass to Harris. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
That's a really nice job that time, drawing the defense in. Harris earning that whistle.
At the line for your Pistons, Harris. 2 shots. Tobias Harris, 2 shots.
That's good from Harris.
And you know what you've got to respect about a guy like Harris? He has been in a lot of different uniforms over the course of his career, but he's been productive everywhere he's been.
The Celtics making a switch here. Cade is checked in. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Celtics leading by 18. Here's Brown. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Tatum's got his 7th assist in the game. Deflects the pass, and that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession.
Well, it's a miracle that pass wasn't picked off. Instead, it goes out of bounds.
Boston on D. Robinson passes to Thompson. Brown against Robinson. 5 to shoot. Thompson inside the line. Out to Harris. Fires for 3. The rebound by Queta. Queta's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Over in the corner, Brown. No good on the triple. Pistons trail by 20. You know, Tim, you hear some players now feeling they're being unfairly criticized. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I do believe it can get personal at times, but listen, If you are in this league, I think it helps to have thick skin because you are going to be criticized from time to time.
But players do pay attention, don't they? They know what's being said and written.
They pay a lot more attention than they let on, Kevin, believe me. And if they're not listening, somebody in their inner circle is. I promise you that.
Pass to Hauser. And here is Tatum. From outside the arc, Duran pulls it in. Duran's got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work. Jenkins the pass to Harris. Here's Jenkins. White covering. Robinson on the wing. Pass to Thompson. Now here's Jenkins. White covering.
And it just feels like his poor shooting has been contagious to his entire team as they find themselves trailing.
Brown outside. Tatum against Harris. Wide open! And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Tatum's got 44.
Using his teammates, Tatum creates just enough daylight to get off a shot.
Harris outside. Thompson outside. Puts it right back up and in.
Gotta do more than this to stop Thompson. He's used to having to fight through contact.
Shooting one.
That free throw good from Thompson. Celtics leading by 17. Outside Brown. White setting the pick for Brown. Tatum outside. From outside. And he's good on the three ball. Tatum's got 11 points in the quarter.
This is why Tatum is a volume three-point shooter, because he knows how accurate he can be.
Harris kicks to Thompson. Robinson against Brown. Fires the three. A rebound by the Celtics.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Outside, White. 11 feet away. No good off the back of the rim. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for Detroit. Jenkins dishes to Thompson. Pass to Robinson. 1:19 left in the fourth quarter. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Harris. Detroit, no good that time either. Boston leading by 20.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Boston.
They really lit it up in this one. Fantastic offensive performance.
Definitely, just simply shot the ball well. One of those games to be proud of.
And in what's been a solid season, to say the least, tonight's game will push their win total now up to 53. And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Jason Tatum.
Well, he did a great job involving everyone in the offense, setting guys up for scores, and the assist total shows it.
Now here's Brown. Tatum on the wing. And he banks in the layup. Tatum's got 49 points in the game.
But the truth is, they've had control of this game.
Winning away from home takes nerve and great discipline. Kudos to them.
And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Well, oftentimes illegal screens fall into a gray area, but that time he got called for it.
11 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Pritchard. And And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
Now we have a moment to go courtside. Allie LaForce has got something for us.
Thank you very much. Jalen, you had it going. Can you talk about the confidence you had tonight?
I'm just trying to continue to show people what I can do, continue to get better. It's a long journey. It's a process. I still got a long way to go and a lot to learn, so I'm going to just keep going up.
It's all part of the journey. Thanks, Jalen.
As always, Allie, we appreciate it. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan. This is the NBA on 2K Sports. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, Jason Tatum.